Hi guys, thank you for tuning in. It's Esther from Esther Astra Healing. Today I want to make a short video about upcoming full moon. It's coming tomorrow, Saturday, and it's on October 31st, which is Shabbat, and it's going to be exactly at 11:45 a.m. This is extremely important full moon, especially it's conjunct together with Uranus. We're going to discuss that as well. And because it's a full moon before upcoming election, we can really create certain energy and to support United States and support ourselves for the upcoming actually next 6 months, because the full moons usually really give an effect until it's become again in new moon in Aries. Why I mention in Aries full moon? Because it's in a sidereal Vedic system and it's not in the Western astrology system. So I'm going to share with you sky map so you will see yourself what's really happening currently right now in the sky, because we're dealing directly with the sky, not with the seasons. So it's going to be easy for you to understand what I'm referring to. While I'm going to speak, you can have a full picture of what's really happening in the sky. Okay, so you can see over here we have a full moon which is directly conjunct with Uranus, and it's in a 0 degree. It's literally together. So it's extremely important. And what is we need, first of all, let's discuss let's just refresh on memory. What is the really sign of Aries? Sign of Aries has really strong intuition. Now that it's conjunct together with Uranus, it's like on 1,000 times more. The positive traits of Aries, it's definitely the affection, the born leaders. So the leadership we're going to really feel inside each of us, in a way, righteousness. So we're going to feel, we really know and we see what is supposed to be and what is the right. And it's very firm and positive stimulants toward life. Definitely this energy, a strong sense of who we are, and very strong will. And it's energy of physical, it's really physical energy as well. It will affect really, like I mentioned before, for the next 6 months until the new moon of Aries. So the challenges of the sign as well, we need to remember, it can be self-observed, self-righteous, it's impulsive and indecisive. It's overbearing and egoistic in the nature as well. It can be arrogant, and it's need always argue into to prove in a way the point. Usually reckless, very confident in the power, and often not considered of other people feelings. So we really need to understand this energy going to affect all of us. We're all going to feel in a way both sides of Aries, and it's represent a head, right? So it's represent our head on the physical level. So it's important to check those qualities inside of ourselves. If, for example, you have any important aspects in your birth chart in Aries, I really recommend for you to revisit them and to see how you really can affect, and you can, you overcome the certain traits of characters. And remember, the Aries represent two letters, months of Aries, Dalit and Hay. So we can meditate on those two letters. I provide on most of my videos, so you can remember the Dalit and Hay. You can come back. I'm going to play, you can go to my previous video of Mars in Aries, which is I'm in depth explain the energy and as well the combination letters, the Hebrew combination. So it's really, really important for us to remember at the same time, most important aspect is exactly conjunction with Uranus in a 0 degree. Let me show you again. You see it over here? So what is Uranus? Let's go over a little bit at Uranus qualities as well. Uranus, it's all about freedom. It's about change and its psychic abilities as well. It is a great awakening. It's connected to electricity as well, computers, transportation, and it's one of the planets which is to rule astrology, energetical force of astrology, surprisingly enough. This revolutionary planet, it hates any rules, and it is always eager to kind of facilitate group breaking, different dynamic change. So it can have surprising effect on all of us. After all, this planet loves shock value, it loves surprises. And it governs Aquarius as well. So the free thinking air sign, recognized for it is eccentric, eccentric, sorry, my apology, and not comfortability. It's almost like it's definitely a rule broker. So a little bit history, by the way, about Uranus. By the way, in Hebrew, Uranus named is Oron. As you know, Uranus was discovered just in the 20th century, and it was inspired by Greek and Latin equalities. So Oron was chosen partially because it is a phonetic similarity to the word Uranus, and partially because Oron means small light in Hebrew. So it's heating a planet pale anyway. So from the Earth perspective, it's in great distance from the sun. So initially its fine Hebrew names for planets was first launched of University of Science, by the way, in Tel Aviv. And it was the project, part of UNESCO project, International Era Astrology. So it's been approved by UNESCO as well. So in Hebrew, in Israel, it's called Oron. So very, very important again, when we look right now to this combination, we need to remember a couple of things. On top of the full moon, it's activating the sign it's in. And the Aries is the sign of warriors as well. So we need to understand how to work with this energy. And the full moon, full moon at the same time. What is the moon? Moon, it's a female. In Hebrew, full moon, it's called Lebana. And it's really, really important. Moon, it's protecting Earth, as we know. And for the new moon, we have one of the first prayers precepts was given to us. It's to pray for the new moon. Now, the full moon, it's as you know, moon doesn't have his own light. It's reflection of the sun. So full moon is governed the power of divine energies, which is source of straightening, subconscious power, right? So full moon happens once a month when the sun it's fully eliminate the surface of the moon, right? So the moon has no light on his own, like I mentioned before. And when the moon is shining, it is the brightest and fullest. We are receiving maximum light and vitality, while the sun waves reflecting of the lunar surface. So while the energy of the full moon lasts for about 3 days before, we already probably start to feel it even 2 days prior, even yesterday, most of us start to, especially if you know how usually you feel on full moon, you start to feel this energy yesterday and day before. And we still have, so tomorrow is full moon, so we still have another 3 days to feel this energy effect and before and after illumination. So technically the really full moon is the moment of the sun and the moon directly opposite each other, but the energetical force reflection is really 3 days before and 3 days after. So what's really, really important as well, because this particular full moon is going to be join the Shabbat tomorrow, Saturday, and you remember Saturday represented by Saturn. We have opportunity tomorrow, because tomorrow it's tremendous cosmic opening. And tomorrow, by the way, we're reading portion of Lech Lecha. Go out of your comfort zone, go out of your country, go out of your old thinking, connect to the bigger picture. And if I'm gonna, I really will stay away all this time from speaking about election and who's gonna win, which is, I do see in the stars who's gonna win. I do want to tell all of us, no matter who you think for, whoever you want to win, the only thing we should pray, especially this Shabbat is going to be center point really of what we should pray for, for the light of Creator, to whoever's supposed to be there to make the best decision, not for a particular person. We need just to pray and to trust light of the Creator, because we know any king, queen, or president ever appear, it's never really who we only choose according to our collective consciousness, but we never really make this decision. It's always made in above. So this Saturday, this Shabbat, it's going to be really amazing window opening for praying for this energy and to pray whoever you want to win. Another thing I want just to point to you, it's actually we have a directly reflection opposition sun, right? So the sun is opposition, and sun right now in Libra. What is Libra? Libra, it's about, again, it's about, you know, law. It's about, fairness in a sense, and it's about the structure. So the sun opposing this energy right now, right? So we have to be kind of careful, and this is unbelievable, really opportunity for us to use our tools, all the spirituality, everything was done. Every time when we have a full moon, and full moon usually activate and awaken almost some, it's like a water, like certain mud sitting in the water. So it's activating inside of us. So this is tremendous opportunity for us to use the tools and to understand how to work with this energy. And it's our inner mind, it's our emotions. It's extremely important, but I feel Light of Creator love us so much because it's giving us opportunity right now to really to use on Shabbat, on Saturday, which is one of the most important energy we have during the whole week. Remember Shabbat, there's opportunity, it's a permission of a certain set of angels come here. So Shabbat, every time when we study on Shabbat, we're getting better memory. We we connect to our higher self more. We have divine inspiration. So I really recommend, if you're going to feel the Shabbat a little bit more reactive, perhaps some things, or maybe your family member bothering you a little bit more, or maybe the food not the way how you want, I really recommend this Shabbat, especially the full moon. This full moon definitely will affect for the next 6 months. It's like a crossing of the sign. So when we're coming back next time to the new moon of Aries, we're gonna actually receive the rewards of the way how we use properly our energy right now on the full moon. What else I want to discuss? Definitely, this Shabbat is the energy of soulmates, is the energy of how to connect to your higher self, I mentioned before, because it's Lech Lecha. It's when the Creator spoke to Abraham and asked him to leave his home, but it's not physically just to leave your home. It's really go out of yourself to see beyond. You know how many times we so involved, like an actor, we're constantly in action. We constantly want to answer. We constantly want to think every moment. If somebody talk to us, where do you think what we're going to answer? This is really a good moment for us to zoom out, to almost like to be movie director and to really observe what's happened. And before we speak, really to think. And on Shabbat, I do always try for myself to speak less, because every word it will affect the next week to come. So everything what we do, even when we sit on Shabbat table, or you just have a dinner with your family, start from the Friday night during the 25 hours of this awesome energy, which is Shabbat, again represents Saturn, one of my favorite planets. I don't understand why many astrologers are really frightening you guys with Saturn. If you know how to deal with Saturn, he's really your guidance, and he's your best friend. And when you're sitting again on Shabbat table, always think before you speak. Always speak only good news. Try to the whole during the Shabbat really to be your best. And this is how we're really creating this energy, which is nourishing us and taking care of us for the during the whole week. I wish you all of you amazing full moon. Those of you who celebrate and understand Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Many blessings, and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.